Hey, hi everybody, this is Sarfraz Khan. I'm back again creating what is network marketing, and this is an understanding where you need to really get the clarity on regards to the business module. It's very important, guys, because we all get into network marketing without understanding the core values, what is required to become a proper network marketer. Now, as a network marketing, it's a business module that depends from a person to person, and it's totally on sales independent representative who basically represents a certain company, whatever company you've been associated with. And you can often be working from home. That's absolutely fine. And this network marketing business may require you to build a network of business with partners. So it is very important you need to create the partnership as and when you require to build the sales people into the business with proper lead generation and closing more sales into the system. Now that is the ideology what people know about network marketing is. But to be a network marketer, what is the kind of ideology you need to create and what are kind of systems we need to develop, that is something what I like to put into the system today. So guys, let's talk about how we as networkers can succeed. Now before getting into network marketing, I think the belief is the core value which has to step in the first thing. Now the belief that your team can achieve as a network leadership, to be a good leadership person in the system, you need to understand that you don't have to do this business by yourself all alone. This is a business which is done with a group of people. Now if you're having the realization that you have to do everything by yourself and you're going to be successful, then that means you're having a different ideology over the business. To be a good leader or to be a good networker and to have a better outcome, so you need to work with group of peoples and then you work together with them. And the simple understanding is everything comes into the right platform by training them, and you get into the flow of the business. So to be a good networker, you don't have to be extremely be a rewarded person all your time. You don't have to be a very big problem solver every time. It's good if you have these categories, like to be a strategic problem solver or giving a killer presentation, and you can knock down, like whatever task given to you on a daily basis, you kind of meet the 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 timelines of your task. That's very important. You're reverting to your emails while standing up in the queue of taking up a coffee. So this is something which a network marketer, intellectual person would do. But the most important factor is that we don't have to do this so complex. We have to simplify the business. And to have better outcomes over a group of people, we need to work together and work as a great networking team. And by consistently doing that, we can achieve great outcomes. So the belief of being into the system, and you have to have the belief that we can do it as a team. So you don't have to do anything by yourself all alone. First thing is you have to create a team which can believe in you and believe in the system what they're getting into. And then you can basically, once you have that kind of ideology, you can have the people thriving like a real business module. And you can be a proper leader, creating a good team with high profit and high performing, not like an average leadership where you have creating a bad impression and you're having greater losses with your team. So it's like a simple thing, we go into an education management system. If you want to educate children to really take the future, so you really need to see that the management is really taking the student on the right ideology in the coming years so that they can face the future. But if there's going to be a bad management, there's definitely going to be a fall in the students, and there's going to be a major failing percentage, and the skills will not be developed with the proper knowledge. So if they don't thrive in the right way, so we're not going to have a better future of the kids in that kind of a management which is rolled by the certain schools. So if we want to be into a right leadership system, we should really be creating the right module and the right idea about how we look forward and how do we really see the world and how are we building a right reputation for a long term. So these are these qualities what we need to ensure as a leadership. So guys, firstly, I need people to understand the success. What people think about success. Success is not something which is like going to be a straight line. It's going to be a very, very difficult path, and you're going to see different twists and turns through the journey. So, so you need to make your team understand that what we're looking to achieve, it will not look as simple as it is. You can't just draw a diagram and just show things are going to be easy. You have to really show them this is the task. This is something which requires an understanding. You need to have the belief at all times, staying together. And if you have anything, you need to work as a right person who can achieve it in the right mental attitude. Because if you build the right skills and you motivate the team to do great work, and if you appoint the people to get into the right ideology of the job what they're getting into, so the environment will be right and everyone is thriving and the problem solving can be done in the right way. So this process to ensure that the team knows what how success is going to look like and they're working on that is, firstly you need to get that impression. Second is make the people know what you are looking at and how they need to get succeeded. And thirdly, we need to make them understand the process. So when you describe as a team they work together, uh, they should be, it's not compulsory that everybody's going to be superbly talented. They're going to be like very clear understanding from the day one when they join your team. No, it will come through the process and the journey. So the values have to be given to them on a daily basis, in and out. You don't have to be the guru in everything from the day one. It's all about getting into the system and getting the values on the journey, and keep it simple as possible at the start, and let's not get things complicated. So follow this process, which is something which any leadership system works with. And once you build that, you should basically move on in creating small team sizes. So when you're new to the business, you should create small teams. You should remember that the definition of a networker is to create team. So to get outcomes from group of people, and if you want to influence them through your journey, and the people will be a process of who will be coming in your life. So you're going to see small teams, you'll have to maintain them, you'll have to share a sense of purpose, you have to be straightforward, you have to be honest, you have to be like a wire always, like it's like the energy. And you should create that energy on the table, and you should leave people on the process, and the focus should be always be on, so that people can see the most important factor why they get into the business. So what leads people to great work is, it's like it feels like, you don't have to make things very complicated. People gets too confused. You just have to give them simple classical points, and you have to work the task by asking the right work methods, and create a normal easy possible task in the initial stages, to just make calls, or to just make in and meet some new friends who they have over a coffee, or you just make them to go over some presentation slides to understand how they want to really be, which area they are really strong at, and so that they can be motivated. If they are good on recruiting, let them work on the recruiting patterns, so this all goes by step. So you can take the step further by involving them in getting involved with more great works in your presentation, or by answering your calls, or getting them presenting a presentation in the initial stages, and you always be present there, and you monitor there, and you just don't have to speak in between while they present themselves. There'll be errors where you can always make a note of them, and later you can discuss in person to them, and you can show the right experience what you were facing at the initial stages when you started this business as a networker. So whenever we are recruiting, these are the skills what we need to basically understand and make people understand on the same values, because this is how the small team will grow to a big team. So we all have to be in that right area to do great work, be motivated, always stay and have a clear picture, and let's work and look great with the kind of values what we work in with, and the company what we're working with, the association with the company's integrity is really standing with us. Your conversation, your first discussion over what expectations they're going to keep up with you, all these are important, guys. You have to create realistic team spirit, and you have to be honest, you have to be constructive. Your conversations are going to be together always. It's not going to be a one single decision maker. It's always going to be with a team. It's always going to be with relationship building, because people in network marketing don't come to work under you, they come to work along with you, and they work with you, and they work for themselves. So they don't work for anybody under anybody, guys. So get that clarity, it's very important. The feedback aspect is very important. The more you help others win, the more you win. This is very important, guys. It's a suggestion for improvement, because people will be proud when they see improvement. So your feedback is very important. When you receive and you give, you take, you understand meaningful to it. It's willing the reasons, it makes people really feel inspired. by the kind of change of behavior they're getting into. And when the results of their life is getting better comes into the feedback, and they see the feedback is really moving the right purpose, and the praises are motivating them. Even if you give them criticism, it has to be in the right approach and the right the right motion of approach, and the attitude has to be definitely there, because otherwise you start problem. Because we are here to inspire people, we are here to give them a clear expectation at the beginning. We have to see that every person knows why are we working as a team. So if there is something which is not same to same with every person, you have to be tailor made at times. You have to sit down, you have to see a person who's a little weak on certain areas, make them stronger. And that association will come, and you have to agree with them why are they being left out on these areas. So what are the ways where we can work on the expectation on those issues. So that foundation will come through feedback, through a session where you need to see the future with them. So these are great leadership with will have a great job to be done. And you have to compare yourself of your, you don't have to be a medical, mediocre and a bad job person. You have to be a realistic ideology with the right system of understanding. So there'll be lots and lots of things where will come in your task. So but we have to stay strong, we have to stay with the right ideology, because we will have to be a person who can talk and give the right simple understanding on the values of the people. So problem solving, feedbacks, getting them onto the task, creating the pointers, what they need to be working on has to be addressed in the right spirit. Now, this is something we all feel. We all get into a system. We all get into certain companies. We all do big, fabulous ways of expectations. But then there's always a pitfall. We always feel that we are not going to make it. And everybody feels at a point that, no, this is it. We need to give it up now. I don't think so. This is made for me. And I don't belong here. And these are something which we all go through. And it's pretty normal, because we are humans after all. So we can't, just keep expecting 365 days to have the spirit on those, you know, on the higher side. So it's going to be, sometimes going the performance is going to be on peak, sometimes the performance is going to dip. So this is the time when people will come and give you their criticism, and people around will give you the feedback, no guy, you are doing so well, and why you've got into this. So everybody makes you feel like you are not doing good to yourself, and the room is full of other admirers, and you're the only one who's left out. And you're not just feeling good at all time. You'll be feeling ignored. There'll be certain period of area where you will not get the kind of attention what you're seeking for. These are natural things, we all go through it, but that doesn't mean that you are a low performer. You don't be responsible for that. You are not responsible for it. You are a strong guy. You have to stay strong. You have to spend you don't have to spend $100,000 to go and take up a new class and just improvise yourself. No, you have to start again with your basics. And if your basics have again been left off track, that's where we basically get off track from the system, and that's how the task is not completed. So this is how a leadership person has to understand that this is to again go and initiate the skills back again, and become a great all-rounder, and get into without effortless on too much of a different leadership roles. You need to just follow the simple techniques, and it is very very true. There will be sometime brutal honesty about yourself, that you may have your strength, you may have your weaknesses. We all have. We may be strong in some areas, we may have weakness in some areas. So that's fair enough. So you don't have to work too much on your weaknesses every time. You don't have to work on your strong side. So you have to balance it well. If your strong is good, also work on those areas, because you have to get it more better off. You have to scale that also up. Plus your weaknesses will automatically upgrade. If you spend too much on the negative, on the weakness part of it, you're going to lose the positive of your life. So don't do that. Understand what is the best in you and what is the worst in you. So we all have that. So there's something also beyond your strength and weakness, guys. So the understanding of knowing the exact environment and today's world, every situation will trigger you with the positive and negative reaction. So guys, design your body on a day to day, and keep moving, and don't get held up with anything in life. So plan is something, always plan ahead and keep recruiting, never stop. This is always I tell people, sometimes it is not about who has more talent, it's about how hungry. Now the more hungrier you are, the more you go into the world in a better way. So as a team, you resist, you may have the strong feeling, the right plans ahead, you may have an acceptable things in life, and there'll be a lot of people who maybe have want to have a healthier kind of a diet for their coming future. They always want to be living healthier, living stronger. So if you want to be a healthier network marketer, and you want to be a stronger, It's not about just carrying on with certain believes that this is how it has to be done. No, there'll be a situation where in the previous a person has worked on a certain plan and has been successful, but many new people should add to the team when they come. So basically growth, expectation, attrition, budget and priorities are going to be different. Everybody has a different budget to come into the business. Everybody has a different expectation to the business, and everybody sends their own priorities. I may just have to feed my family. I may have an expectation that I want to turn myself to a millionaire. I just want to give the best to my family. It's about you. How do you plan yourself? That is the way you're going to run. So that will design how hungry you are. Those specific skills and strength all depend to the kind of expectations you keep for yourself. And what do you see? What are your dreams? So your skills and strength will be getting to that way. So your team already must be striving to become the top team of that network marketing business. But what is your mindset? How do you want to stay ahead? How are you recruiting people? What are the kind of frameworks required? How do you evaluate the right people who you want into the business? So these are important things. You need to take the right kind of understanding. You need to take the right coaching from your team leadership, whoever's your team player. So these are the possibilities and these are the things you will all be facing. People will forget, and people will give you things. You'll not remember everything. You may have some inputs and some nice dedicated recruiting team, but you have to be tempted to believe that you can make things happen for yourself and keep delivering your belief, keep knocking the doors, keep having that culture and being successful, and just keep recruiting the right partnership of people in this business. Because once you do that, I think so you can identify to be a next big person in any network marketing, whatever you're doing in your life. So these are some skills what I have learned, and I want to transform this, and this is what I spend so much of my time investment to coach people for this reason. So I am also recruiting people every day. So leading from the front is what a leadership is. Now I, as a leader, I always think that I should be the first person to do what my team needs to be doing the same duplication. So I'm going to be the model, the role model. So if I'm going to be the role model, the right vibes have to be felt. You have to be helpful. You have to take more tasks. You have to do more things than your team. You have don't have to create a drama, and don't create any kind of failure to a drama kind of a thing. No, if you have done things wrong, accept it, move forward. There's going to be a new chapter in life. Managing yourself is very important, guys. Your personal strength, your growth areas, your aspiration, all as a leader, you have to stay firm and right from the front. And you are the people who are going to be the next warriors to the business. So the key for any business of success is, as a team leader, as a leadership guru of a team, I look to take my team to the best of abilities, get them that personality, get them that persona of believing, and make them feel proud that they are a part of an amazing great team. That's how big warriors had conquered. That's how, if you look into the histories behind, if you see any of the Caesars leadership, so they are the ones who lead it from the front. That's what they put into the people: the belief, the strength, the energy, the ideology, the description, what aspirations do they want. They're going to be pitfalls, so they don't have to get edged out from the war. They have to keep fighting, go running, no matter what it takes. You may give up in your life, you may have to take the sword on your neck, but keep moving. That's the strength. Create that high value. Never get up in life. Life will come with a lot of tosses. You'll be having personal problems. Your family will be putting up things over to you. You may have unrealistic things to do in life, but you have to avoid those things and keep moving. That's what is going to make you. Because whatever is going to come in life, it all highly depends that how do you focus on your systems, and how do you get the collaboration of achieving and making that achieve in the right, and you can flourish your life to the best of its ability. Because problems will be there, and if the solution is going to be by being successful, then you have to be successful, guys. So this is what it is. Life coaches us, gives us. We are the people who can be rewarded through the values what we have. Because if a leader is going to battle his team from the front, that will be the duplication. So guys, whoever is done the leading part of it, take a note of this. Because you keep running hard and make people run hard. That's how the life will be more successful. The quality will be there, and you will never ever be dependent on the ideology of people. Henceforth, understanding the difference is very important. So I, as a team India leadership system, I want people to understand that what we're creating is, we don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. So if you're looking on a system, if you're looking on a long term, if you're looking for something realistic, then I have something for you in stores, and I can offer you that. NHT Global. It's a company which is publicly traded at Nasdaq, and this is a company which was launched in 2001. And you can see after 48 hours, the product topped up in 500,000 US, and in 5 months, the company launched in 5 countries. Guys, this company is with actively working on beauty, herbal, lifestyle, wellness products. So I have an invitation for you to come into my business. If you like my kind of leadership, you can take me as your leader, and we can work as a leader. We can make more leaders. We both can work as leaders. We can work and promote things with the best patent products in the world, which are Nobel Prize winning company. And this is a product company which has the world's best e-commerce system. So in 2010 we were Nasdaq listed and the fastest growing company in 2015 and 16. And you can go and Google us and see the kind of growth this company is seeing, the highest documented payout in the industry, guys. And it's free registration. It be active for 30 days, so there's no hidden structures to make. There's no force repurchase every month that you need to buy your products to keep be active. No, guys, you don't require that. It's a hybrid system. You can work and earn on a weekly basis on a capping of 35 lakhs, and you also have a single leg income possible, guys. So to know more, you can get in touch with me. I can tell you how it is. So I am a leader. I deal with people, a dealer of hope. So I have an opportunity. We can team up and let's connect. And this is the network marketing ideology which I wanted to create and give you the kind of person you're aspiring to be. So if you're going to be a dependent person, you're not going to control anything in your life. But if you're going to aspire and you want to be living on a value based company, a company which can drive you to achieve your next big dream, the game plan and the value will flourish you with us. Come and join me, come and join the system, come and join with Sarfraz Khan. All the best, guys. Thanks for listening to me. I try to do the best for you guys. Take care. God